All right, here we go. Test run for something new we're going to try here at BearcatJournal.com. This is the new YouTube channel, Bearcat Journal. So this is where we're going to be putting all our press conferences, player interviews, everything will go from where it was going on my YouTube channel into the official Bearcat Journal YouTube channel. This is going to allow us to produce some new content, put up all the video of the podcast here on this page. So there's going to be a lot of content coming to this page. One thing I want to do to kind of differentiate this thing is I want to do something. I haven't really come up with a perfect name yet. Something BCJ nightly update, nightly news, something along those lines. But I plan on every night getting on here and giving, 5, 6, 7 minutes of everything that happened in Bearcat land that day and giving some of my thoughts on it. So this is going to be one of the new kind of features of the YouTube channel, and we'll build on it and work on it from here. Obviously today, big start to the day, 4-star defensive end Mario Eugenio committed to the Bearcats. He is a rush edge from Florida, was originally committed to Michigan, decommitted from Michigan back in October, took an official visit to Cincinnati a week ago and committed before he left. Today, made it official that he had committed to the Bearcats. Huge get for this recruiting class. He becomes the number one defensive player in the 24/7 sports era to commit to Cincinnati. So absolutely big get for Luke Fickell and his staff. Greg Scruggs, a lot of the heavy lifting on this one. So Greg Scruggs gets a lot of credit here. They're going to need a rush in. With Myjai Sanders leaving, they haven't found that guy behind him. So this is a big one for UC. Mick Walker spoke to Mario. That article is up on Bearcat Journal now, where we have a 75% off sale. If you haven't seen it, come and get 75% off a full year of Bearcat Journal right now. So check that out. The other one, basketball, 61-59 loss to Monmouth today. Look, we knew there were going to be some bumps in the road with this process. I know everybody has been clearly super excited over the Wes Miller era. They just hit a bump in the road today. They didn't play well. And sometimes it's that simple. They shot poorly from the three-point line, 4 of 28 at some point in time. Get to the rim. They didn't shoot free throws well, especially in the second half. They went 2 of 10 in the second half. Key misses. Mike Adams-Woods missed 2. Hayden Koval missed 2 right at the end of the game that would have tied it. So just a rough game. They had a little stretch. I think it was like a 23-6 run from the end of the first half into the second half. But other than that, it just didn't look good. And they didn't hit shots. They weren't the aggressor. They got out-rebounded. You can't get out-rebounded by Monmouth. So that's a tough one. That's a tough look to get out-rebounded by Monmouth in a game that was coming down to the wire, and couldn't close it out. They attempted to make a comeback, just couldn't get the ball in the basket down the stretch. It was similar in some ways to what we saw against Arkansas on Tuesday. You wonder how much did this team miss John Newman, especially just giving them an extra body on the wing. I thought Jared Hensley was okay in his minutes. Played about 11 minutes, but didn't score, didn't get a rebound. So you wonder how much they missed John Newman in that role. But just a tough outcome for the Bearcats as they fall at home to Monmouth, 61-59. Once I get done with this and get it uploaded, I'll get to finishing off Brendel's Bites, and we will have that up here shortly. So make sure you take a look at that. Crazy day so far in college football. Ohio State falls to Michigan, 42-27. That would seemingly drop, you would think, Ohio State out of the top 4 with 2 losses. Michigan going to move in, probably going to move ahead of Cincinnati. to beat Ohio State in that game right after Ohio State had moved up to number 2. I would guess that you'll see Michigan jump a spot above Cincinnati. Almost got another gift with Alabama, but Alabama in 4 overtimes beats a 5-loss, 6-loss, 5-loss, 6-loss Auburn team. I guess it would be 6, and they're 6-6. So almost caught a break there, but I can see the silver lining in that, because if Bama loses that game and then beats Georgia next week, they would have been very tempted to put a 2-loss Alabama in over the Bearcats. But the way Alabama looked for most of that game until the final drive, they go 90, 96, 97 yards to tie the game. They weren't very good. And if they struggled to move the ball on Auburn, they're really going to struggle to move the ball on Georgia. So that's still shaping up. I can't imagine Bama staying in if they lose to Georgia. If they beat Georgia, they're both getting in. So that is still potentially in play. Bedlam about to get started, or has just gotten started. Oklahoma State. Probably would want to see an Oklahoma win here. I have a hard time believing, even with wins today and in the Big 12 championship game, all the way from 10. They're going to go all the way from 10 and jump Cincinnati at 4. But Oklahoma State's right there. So an Oklahoma win to kind of toss that up would probably be beneficial for the Bearcats. I think that's about it. We're right about on time, right about where I wanted to be time-wise on these things. This is a test run. I'm just using my camera on my laptop. I know it probably doesn't look great. Probably going to have to make an adjustment on what camera we're using for this thing, and get some decorations in the new office behind me, make it a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. But this is a trial run. I wanted to get this one up, see what everybody thought. Subscribe. I'm going to need you guys to subscribe to this channel, and that way you can get updated when this hits. Hopefully every night, right around this time, maybe a little earlier, probably around 7 o'clock is when would be best. Obviously, with basketball games, that would be a little different. Would do it when I got home from the basketball game. But for the most part, I think this is a good little way for PCJ to connect and get some YouTube content out there and help grow this brand new YouTube channel. So thanks to everybody for tuning in. I'm Chad Brendel. This is BearcatJournal.com.